So that's kind of how I got started at 15. So that's why I really recommend that as you guys are trying to figure out what skill you want to do working from home, start posting, start talking about it on your social media. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now my goal is that at the end of this video is to be able to answer the top YouTube questions that I get on my channel to give you guys a little bit more clarity. Now if this is your guys' first time on my channel, my name is Lacaba. I've been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run my own executive assistant agency here in Cebu, Philippines. And I post videos every Sunday and Thursday here on my YouTube channel, so make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now if you guys were at all wondering where I was last week, I actually got into a motorcycle accident and I still have like an injured hand, injured shoulder that you guys can see, but I also have really bad road rash on my legs. So that's why I wasn't able to record at all. I wasn't able to post at all. I wasn't even fully conscious for a lot of last week just because of the pain. So I'm coming on to you guys today to just answer a few questions, go through a lot of the usual YouTube questions that I get. And if you guys have watched my videos before, I actually do at the end of every video, I answer and go back to comments that I've gotten before. So this is just going to be purely Q&A. These are questions that I've gotten a lot. So I'm just going to go through them here on my tablet to give you guys again that clarity to be able to move forward. So one of the questions that I've gotten is, hi, I'm currently 21 years old and studying. I don't have any government ID. Are there other companies that will accept me even though I only have school reference? That means you don't have any experience. I do have experiences on the field of restaurants. So Ron Albee, first thing is, that's one of the magical things about working from home is you're not limited by where you are from, by your government. So if you're working from home, you don't need an ID, you don't need a passport, you only really need your tools. And you guys can check out the tools that you need when you're working online right here. But basically, you just need to have a good setup to get started. Most companies will just ask for your resume and application letter for you to get started. And yes, people are hiring even though you don't have any experience at all. You guys can check out my video on how to get started as a virtual assistant without any experience right here. The next question that I got is, can a 15-year-old student find work at onlinejobs.ph? Now, this is a question that I get a lot, especially since onlinejobs.ph does require that you're 18 and above to be able to register. Now, if you guys have never heard of onlinejobs.ph before, you guys can check out my walkthrough of onlinejobs.ph right here. But basically, as a 15-year-old, yes, you can't sign up, but you can already start looking through different job ads, different job posts, and start looking for those where they mention their email address of where you can send your resume or application letter. That's kind of one small hack that you can do as a minor since you can't have an onlinejobs.ph account yet. Another onlinejobs.ph question is, hi ma'am, how many days do I have to wait before I get verified on onlinejobs.ph, the address and the ID proof? So usually you wait about 3 to 5 days, and if you still are not verified, I actually recommend that you reach out to onlinejobs.ph. Their customer service is amazing. I'm not affiliated with them, but I know that they really take care of both the applicants and the employers really well. So just reach out to them. They have a Facebook group as well where you can ask questions, so add yourself into that. I have another question from Monica Rocha where she asks, I'm wondering, what if the company I applied for said no need for applicants to follow up on their application? I'm confused if I should be persistent like what you said or follow the instruction and leave it be. Specifically, when companies say this, that means that they've either gotten too many follow-ups before or they have a really good system already in knowing what applicant to accept and what applicant to reject. So what I actually recommend is you can follow with them probably after 2 weeks just to check you're not overeager, you're not right away following up. If you just haven't heard from them in 2 weeks, just follow them like, hey, I sent an application about 2 weeks ago. I know that you guys mentioned that I shouldn't follow up, but I haven't heard from you. So what is the status of my application? Again, following up is such an important skill to have when it comes to working online, when it comes to making money online in general. So learning that skill early on is going to help you guys so much. Next is we have a question from Carmela Fabiano where she says, Hi, I really love this video. I'm just wondering, with all these habits, are you able to sleep 8 hours a night? Just curious. Honestly, Carmela, it depends. There are nights where I do get a full night's sleep, an 8-hour sleep. I usually sleep from 10 o'clock to 6 a.m. But from time to time, I do have to take calls from clients, doing 11 p.m. calls. I've had midnight calls and 1 a.m. calls just to be able to meet up and sync with a client. So the way that I make sure to do this is the next day I have to take care of myself. I have to make sure that the next day I do sleep earlier than usual just to make up for the sleep that I lost. As just a time management skill within myself, I always try to look at how many hours a day or how many hours a week I spend on certain things, so I know how long it will take me to finish a task. So that's how I'm able to really have better control on my time, even though, like I said, it's sometimes chaotic with doing client calls or even podcast guestings. The next question that we have is from a Madman. How did you start working at the age of 15? I was curious because I want to earn money, because you know life's hard. I'm also 15. Yes, I do understand. So when I started working online when I was 15 years old, I actually had a blog called The Imperfect Princess, where I was posting articles, I was posting short stories, and I was also part of this Facebook group where we would share our blog posts, and usually it was a comment for a comment thing. And one of them who just saw my blog post said, "Hey, I really like the way that you write. Can you come over and write for my blog?" So that's kind of how I got started at 15. So that's why I really recommend that as you guys are trying to figure out what skill you want to do working from home, start posting, start talking about it on your social media, because you are your own biggest cheerleader. You have to be the person who talks about what it is that you do, or else no one will actually really know what it is. So talk about it, post on your profile. If you're a graphic artist, post your graphics, post the articles that you're writing. If you're a writer, just be visible basically of what it is that you do. So then you start to attract people who want to work with you. And of course, you guys can check out the video on how to find a work from home job for teens right here. Another really good question from Baby Gabe 0827 is, I'm 16 and considering transcribing as my first job since I'm a good typer. Will this work for me? So short answer is yes. You guys can go to rev.com and already start looking for transcription jobs that you can do. There's also a lot of other transcription type jobs that you can find out more about, and I do have a video on how to be a transcriptionist that you guys can check out right here. But basically, you can get started at that age already transcribing for people, and it doesn't even have to be through a website. You could reach out to podcasters, YouTubers, other public speakers, those who create video and audio content, and ask them if they would like to have you transcribe their work into a blog article maybe, or just transcribing it just so they have captions on YouTube. So you can reach out to, again, you're looking for people who have the problem that you are solving. As a transcriptionist, the problem that you're solving is turning a piece of media from one sort of media, so just again video or audio, into a Word document. So I have a question from Bonita. She asks, what are the tips to get a client while you're still going to school as a college student, just for extra income? And is it okay to just use my Android phone and a Bluetooth keyboard? So the short answer is yes, you can get started with just your phone. You guys can check out how to find jobs on your phone right here. But basically, you can get started with just that small step. The hurdle that you might have to get through is finding a client who's okay with you just using a phone instead of having a full laptop. But usually nowadays, most jobs that you can actually do on your phone. You can only really post on Instagram with your phone directly. You can create captions. You can create graphics with Canva on your mobile phone. So a lot of the work that you usually need a laptop for, you can just use a phone with. But you really need to show why it would be okay for a client to hire you, even though you just have a phone. You really have to make sure that you stand out in some way, so it's worth it for them to work with you. Okay, next we have a really good question from Zero. I'm 18 and have experience with video editing. I really enjoy it and want to ask, how can I earn money from it? So first thing is just to offer your services as a video editor. The main kind of people that you can really target with it is try to think, who are the people who needs video editors? People who create video, right? So try to contact YouTubers, podcasters, people who just create just a lot of content, maybe on Facebook or even TikTok, who will need your services so they can really focus on just creating content instead of having to worry about editing the content later on. So yes, video editing was actually one of the first few jobs that I also got hired for doing online when I was 17. So it is a job that you can earn from. You just need to find out where your clients are hanging out and contact them like, hey, hey, I'm someone who's really good at this. Can I do this for you? Next is we have a really good question from Guy Lazarito. My main question, because this is my current pain point, how to keep away from distractions. Pomodoro and deep work aren't working anymore. So honestly, for me, the way that I've been able to deal when I'm getting too distracted, in the last week I've been having to deal with the distraction of just pain from all of the injuries that I've got. I've been able to just keep in mind to take a break. Most days when we really keep pushing ourselves to just keep working, it actually backfires and hurts us. So Guy, if you're really having a hard time getting focused, just take a break, relax, take a step back, and try to see why are some distractions an actual distraction for you. Why is a certain YouTube video something that you're addicted to? Or why is Facebook something that you just grab your phone and start scrolling through even though you didn't mean to? So just take a break, take that perspective, and maybe even just write out, what does a perfect day look like to you? What does a distraction-free day look like for you? That way you have a better vision of what it is that you want, and it's going to be easier for you to follow it. Next is a good question from Gel Ocampo. What's the best chair you can use for working from home? Have been working with back pains due to monoblock chairs. So I actually got my chair, this really comfy chair. I love it. I can lie down on it. It has a footrest and everything. I got this chair from a local seller here in Cebu City. But usually I really recommend to just work with what you have if you're just getting started, if you can't afford it yet. This was 5,000 pesos or $100, but you want to work with what you have. You don't have to push yourself to buy a new chair. I also started with just monoblock chair, and I only bought this chair about 8 months ago. Actually, this is a fairly new chair. So you don't have to upgrade right away, but find one that fits you. You know, I know a lot of people who don't like this kind of chair. They like the more gamer kind of chairs. So test it out. Go to different furniture stores and try out the different kinds of chairs that they have to see what works for you. Because again, it'll work differently for people. I don't like the gamer chairs. I like this one so much better. So just test out and find your own thing. Next is a good question from Jovi Martinez, where she asks, hello miss, my question is, where can I find a job as a VA with no experience since I'm a newbie? Thank you. So I have a ton of videos here on my YouTube channel about how to find work as a virtual assistant with no experience, and you guys can check out one of them right here. But basically, you want to make sure that you have at least 3 skills that I really recommend if you're starting out as a virtual assistant. One is calendar management, email management, and task management. These 3, you can go on YouTube right now and start searching and getting to know about them. Calendar management is basically making sure that you are able to manage your client's calendar. Nothing overlaps. You're the one who books their meetings with other people. You're making sure that they get to meet at the right place. Email management is basically filtering through a lot of emails that your client might be getting and giving them the emails that actually matter. And task management is, it could be you managing tasks for a small group, or it could just be you managing the tasks that your client is doing and making sure that they're working on the priority tasks. One question that I've gotten on TikTok, and you guys can follow me on TikTok right here, is basically, what are the tips to enhance my communication skills? Now, 2 main things that I really recommend that you do if you're trying to enhance your communication skills. 1, practice. Just practice a lot. 2 is find mentors. Now, this could be people that you're following on social media, on YouTube. You're watching their videos. You're watching how they talk. But basically, the way to really boost your own communication skills is to just practice and get feedback. So that's why you need a mentor to give you feedback of, hey, you're talking too fast. Hey, you're talking this way. You're talking that way. It gets too distracting. That way you're able to really grow rapidly within yourself rather than just reading books and just learning from other people without actually taking action. Now, if you guys want to be featured in the next video with your question, make sure to comment those below and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button right there. This is the farthest that I can stretch my thumb because of my injury. And of course, if you haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home. And you guys want more videos on how to start your business online, you guys can check out this playlist. If you guys want more videos on how to work from home, check out this playlist. And of course, you guys can watch the most recent video right here. Now, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and remember that small steps matters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!